what you saw. I know it didn't turn out like you wanted to, but what did you see today?
Well, I saw two teams that really battled. I was extremely proud of our kids' fight and give Guilford a lot of credit for how they competed. And certainly we expected that. We expected that out of our kids, and we expected that out of their team. About the difference, just down the stretch defensively, we just weren't able to get enough stops. I mean, they had 48 points in the second half, and we couldn't just quite complete possessions at the defensive end quite well enough at times. And then the free throw line hurt us tonight a little bit. We're a good free throw shooting team, and we're about 70% on the year. And unfortunately, just one of those days where the ball didn't fall in for us from the line as much as it might normally, and that happens. So just proud of our guys, proud of their fight, and give Guilford a lot of credit.
Rotation get messed up when Gavin kind of tweaked the shoulder?
I don't know that. No, I mean
Okay.
we Porter was giving us good minutes, and we liked his ability to stretch the floor, especially when Farrar was in the game. So. And his size, I thought, was a good matchup with. And so, anyway, no, both guys played well. Just Porter had a night where he played more minutes than he might normally.
Coach, did the late game yesterday or the overtime have anything to do with maybe trying to get your legs for the start the game or anything like that? And the reason why I asked was because I noticed that Josh only had 1 point at halftime and didn't get his first bucket until about 14:45 left to go in the second half. He turned it on there after that. But
It's certainly a valid question. I'm not out there playing, so I don't want to speak for our guys and how they feel, but I do feel like when you get to this stage, this moment, you got a lot of adrenaline going through. These are young guys, and they had a lot of adrenaline going through. So I think our guys can, they would tell you that they were ready and that they felt good and fresh. And Clary didn't have his best shooting half in the first half, but at some point he was going to get it going. You just knew at some point he was going to get the ball to fall, and I think you saw that in the second half. He started getting back into his rhythm, and that wasn't surprising.
Coach, what is the message to the guys in the locker room after the game, after making it this far in the tournament and losing like that?
The first message is just really proud of them, and the second message is, I'm not the judge and jury on this. I don't have a crystal ball, but I'd like to think we're still playing after this. So I'll feel better tomorrow when it's announced. But my point to them is, wash this out of your system in 24 hours, because you got a lot of basketball in front of you, and you have some big things to play for. So it hurts, and it's going to hurt because you care. But then you're going to get past it, and we're going to move on to the next opportunity that you guys have earned, and that's something to be excited about.
Coach, my last question is this. You play in the ODAC tournament, and I've already told you this when we did our podcast. It's the D3 of the SEC of D3. I mean, it's almost like if you win the ODAC, how does that competition afterwards? I mean, we feel that you're playing next week. So that's the thing I was trying to say was, what do you compare competition? I mean, it seems like this was the national championship today, basically, in our book.
Well, I just have an incredible respect for the pro teams and the players and the coaches in this league. And I know how hard it is to win games in this conference. And I don't want to disparage other leagues, but I don't know that it's always quite that hard in other places. So you hope that pays off for you when you get to postseason play, and time will tell, but I'm confident that our guys are battle tested, and I don't think that there'll be much that will surprise them.
Good. Anybody who wants to, what was the message from Coach after the game?
I mean, nothing he knows, but I mean, he said nothing he could say can really make it any better. I mean, you lose a tough battle like that to a good team. I mean, it hurts for sure, but I mean, we're optimistic for tomorrow for the NCAA selection, so just kind of wait for that to happen, and we'll see where our destiny goes after that.
Josh, we talked yesterday about playing 39 minutes a game. I only had 1 point in the first half, but you turned on the second half. What was the message at halftime to get you going?
I mean, all my teammates have like the most confidence in me. Coach always tells me all the time. I mean, percentage-wise, when you look at all the percentages, you're about to make some shots. Once you see one go in, you'll see more going. So I think all of that kind of helped me a lot in the second half.
Jack,
another huge game today. So is it just when the lights come on, you're ready to play, or what?
I mean,
don't mean to sound cocky in any way, but I mean, I put work in, I do it in practice, and it just translates. So.
How about you, Moore? I mean, yesterday we didn't get a chance to talk to you, so I mean, what a heck of a game you had today as well. I mean, was it the same thing? I mean, championship game, time to go.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think, like Jackson said, all around, I mean, we practice so hard during practice, it prepares us for these moments. So it's going to translate, and we just all have confidence in ourselves. You know, I'm sure my brothers, they have confidence in themselves. I have confidence in them. You know, it all feeds into how we produce.
How important is it that practices are almost harder than games, if that makes sense? And I know it's a good league.
It's very important, especially in the league that we're in. The preparation that we have to go through, not one practice is easy. Not one practice is easy. And we know that. And basically, Coach told us the other day that if you're not going in hard in practice, then it's embarrassing. You'll stand out on the embarrassing side. So not any of us wants to be embarrassed, so everyone goes hard. And that's what prepares us for these moments.
For any of y'all, we think you guys are in come tomorrow. How do you guys flush this out and get ready for the tournament?
Just deal with it tonight. Just deal with it tonight. Like we said, it's a tough loss. Not everybody can be champions. We definitely wanted to. This could have been our shot, but we just got to move past it. The sun rises tomorrow, so we move forward.
Did last night have any effect? The late game last night have any effect on y'all's play throughout the game today?
No, I wouldn't say it had any effect on us. We've been through AAU basketball, so I mean that's going to really help you for something like this. I mean, obviously it's not as hard as college basketball, but I mean having to play multiple days in a row, that's something that's not new to us. And I mean, credit to them, they came out and competed well, and obviously they got the best of us. So yeah.
Any message to the NCAA? I mean, not that you should have to beg, borrow, plead in any shape or form, but any message to the NCAA for tonight?
They select us, we're ready.
We're ready. Facts. We're ready. We're ready.
I mean, I don't think there's a team in like the at-large section with the resume that we have. You know, we play in a tough conference. I mean, we got to the championship. Barring, even though we didn't have to play maybe like a Hampton or like a Randolph Macon, you can't really take that credit away from us because we still have to fight just like they would have to fight to get to the championship, man.
We've told you, Coach, and I don't know, we probably said it to you guys yesterday, but we've always considered the ODAC as the SEC of D3. So you're playing, like I said a few moments ago, I feel like I watched the national championship this afternoon. So congratulations on a terrific season.
Appreciate that.
Jackson, one more from me for you, but that game winner you had last night, did that play any role into your hot shooting today, 4 for 6 from 3?
I just came in confident, coming off a shot like that. Just confidence oozing out of me, and I know I would have to have a better game than I did yesterday for us to compete for a championship.
Thank you all.
Coach, very first question I'm going to ask you. I asked you yesterday, are you in?
I think we're in now. I just got saying to Bob, but that really wasn't. We never talked about it. And I'm sure those guys behind the scenes, but as a team, like our whole focus was this tournament, winning that championship was so hard to do, and that was everything for us. And that's all we talked about. Never once did we even talk about we're in, we're out, but it didn't matter.
Coach, I think 3:24 left in the ball game. Luke hits a 3 to go up 5. You call a timeout. What's the message in the huddle?
I was honestly what I was trying to do is give them a rest because we ran those guys. We kind of got in a run where they were out there for a long time, and so we wanted to give them a rest and just kind of focus in and maybe make sure we didn't overhelp in situations. They were they shoot it really well. 5 shoots it really well. Just making sure that we were going to identify the fact that they were going to try to kick it to him if they drove it, and of course they come down and drive it and shoot a layup. I think after that, but there's more to give a rest and focus than anything else.
And he stole that question from me, by the way. So I just wanted to let you know.
I got
but listen, leave it to me to bring the gloom and despair here. Okay?
No, that's all right.
All right. So listen. I told you when we did our podcast that I'm the numbers guy. I'm the numbers geek, okay? So you give up 17, you lose the turnover battle as far as points off turnovers. You lose points in the paint. You lose second chance points. You lose fast breaks. And you lose, you won bench scored. I'm sorry. How do you win this ball game?
Yeah, and typically, we're good at all those things except for fast breaks. We've been running a whole lot of fast breaks. We're very similar in our teams and the way we play. They're very good at getting into the paint and getting into the rim, and they make it hard for you to do it. And typically we do too. But they've got so many guys. I mean, McClary can drive it, Marcus can drive it, and this, they keep driving it out. You're driving it with different guys, and we're doing some switching, and which we typically don't do, but have done in the last week and a half, just to try to survive. And it has its benefits. It also has its negatives as well. But we felt like that gave us the best chance to be successful. But yeah, they just kept driving it. To answer your question, I don't know how we won it.
Coach, obviously Nick was huge tonight for you guys, but talk about Chase's play. That and one he had down the stretch.
Greatest coach in the
to
world.
Go up to, talk about how big he was tonight.
Chase's a big-time player. We were fortunate to get him from Barry. We played against him in the NCAA tournament last year about this time, and was really impressed with his game when we played him. And he exhausted his eligibility there. We had a grad program he was interested in, and oh man, I'm sure glad he's on our side this time as we head into this thing, because he made some big-time plays. And he was really determined and focused. He was gassed. He was out of gas. He was like, no, I got 25 seconds left. I'm going to go. And he just wanted to stay out there.
Coach, another player we kind of talked about was Dawson Edwards. Last night he had 4 points, maybe a quieter game, but tonight he has 9. He's all over the floor. What did he mean to the game?
Last night I thought he was big too, though. I thought he handled the ball for us really well, and he made some big time plays, especially early on in the game for us. He made some shots where we needed him. We were struggling to try to get open. He hit shots that he wasn't open on. Like he hit tough shots, contested shots, and those are big for us. Yeah, huge. Our bench has been huge this whole season, but specifically in this tournament, those guys were big time.
I was so impressed with him, and once again, he steals one of my questions. But do you have an ice bath big enough to put him in? Because I know he hit the floor at 14:25, and then again at 1:21 left to go, and I thought he knocked his teeth out the last time when he got the ball.
I know. I got on a little bit on that, trying to split that drag double team. I didn't like that. We talk about we don't try to split those, and fortunately we got the timeout on the jump ball, and were able to survive it, because that could have been a big play, or not a jump ball. We got the timeout before the jump ball was big, so then we could keep the possession arrow at the end in case we got tied up in a tough situation.
My last legitimate question is, we talked to Coach Nunley a few moments ago. He realizes that his guys only shot 7 of 17 from the line. You guys shoot, I believe, 16 of 17 from the line. So do you feel that was the biggest part of it?
Yeah, I didn't realize that. That's huge. That was huge. Yeah, it's kind of hard to. You just don't. I'm not good like that during the game. Afterwards, I'll look at it, but during the game, it's like I think somebody asked me a question. What was the biggest play in the game? Like, I don't know, man. I'm a Wednesday to Saturday during the league guy, and during the game, I'm like to the next play, trying to think a play ahead as much as I can, not dwell on what just happened.
It was actually 15 of 16.
15 of 16.
Yeah, then you outshoot them from 3-point line, 10 of 30, and they went 7 of 10. So.
Yeah, 7 of 17 from the line they were. I've heard them now.
Yeah.
And we jacked a lot of 3-pointers, and that's what they wanted us to do.
Right.
We played right into their hands.
Coach, last one. How does this type of tournament prepare you for the NCAA tournament?
Oh man, I think it's a huge just getting through this, and the caliber of teams we've had to play here in the last 3 games has been incredible. I think I don't know what else can prepare you. Not that not that you always win and stuff like that, but I think when you ask, are we prepared? Because what we've had to do in this league all year long with the caliber of teams, heck yeah, we're prepared. Who knows where we're going to go or play or whatever, but I mean, it'll be just like what we've just done.
We felt like we was at the national championship game today, so
yeah, it was a battle.
So, just a quick question. A couple quick questions. Mine leads from 1 to 5.
I don't know how it works
so
like that.
You have to bear with me just a little bit. Okay? So, yesterday, y'all go ahead and I know yesterday's game was very, very physical with Macon and everything. So, did you feel any effects of that today or at the beginning of the game or anything to that effect? And the reason why I'm asking you, I guess I got to go into it. You only had 5 points at half, and then you kill it in the second half. So, what was the difference in halves?
Oh yeah, man. It was like you said. Everybody has bruises and veins around this time, man. It's late February, but you have to respond the right way to a little adversity. That's how I think about it. Just responding. Big R's require. Big adversity requires big responses. So that's what we did, and I think it's just a thing where you had a bad half in the first half, and you want to come and you want to try to bring out the fire because everybody's looking for you to kind of be that guy to bring the energy, So that was my main goal in that second half, was to bring the energy.
So, was your game plan today take the big guy outside and shoot from threes more today, or what?
Yeah, absolutely. We kind of wanted to space him out, get him moving. He's 6'10", so let him stay in the paint. You're kind of giving him more advantage, So just and credit to him too, because he was a good player. He guarded really well, but just kind of making him move his feet, getting him tired, spreading the floor with him.
Well, I looked up one time. I think it was like 12 minutes left to go in the second half, and I felt kind of sorry for your little guy, Gabe, a little bit, because he got caught in a mismatch, and he had with Sterling, what's 23, the 60. He was trying to guard him underneath, so I was like, "Where's Nick? Where's Nick?" So I was kind of curious.
Yeah, we were Seattle and trying to help him as best.
I got you. Got you. Devin, anything?
I don't think so. Nick, I do want to ask, just how do you, in terms of playing two very physical, emotional games back-to-back days like this, how do you maintain your focus and especially when guys like I guess it was Gabe who got his tech today during the game and everything.
Right.
How do you maintain your focus throughout the whole game?
Well, it starts off the court, man, because you have a 0-day prep where you don't get to go over as much stuff as you would do before a regular game. And it was kind of a mental day for us last night. We had film really late last night, but we all had to lock in, all 21 guys locked into that. Then you want to take that bunch of stuff you learned in a little time and display it on the court, man. And credit to everybody on our team for doing that, because we all went through and followed the game plan.
My last question, if you can look into that camera, we asked Coach, he really was kind of iffy. Are y'all in now?
Oh, we're absolutely.
I mean, I know you played hard yesterday, but golly, you showed out today. So what's the deal? Was it just when the lights come on for the championship, here you are, or what?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, that team was really good. They beat me at least 3 years, all 3 years when I was at Berry, and then obviously this year as well. So, coming down the stretch, I just wanted to do anything I possibly could to help our team win. I mean, all those practices and all the hard work and running that we do, it paid off tonight, and I'm really excited.
Speaking of Berry, so how does this relationship come about? So how did you get with Coach Palombo and Guilford?
Yeah, I mean, I went into the transfer portal, and they reached out to me through email, and pretty much went from there. And I was really excited. Berry played against Guilford last year. And I guess he liked how I played.
I think what he said was that you lit it up against them last year.
You lit them up. That's what he said, exactly.
Yeah, it was a great game. I remember that game. I still talk to Tyler, Rob, and Julius all the time. They stay in Greensboro. We talk about the game a lot. It was an epic game, and they made a fantastic run. So I learned a lot from them as well for me this year as well.
So we've all, you might have already heard this, we say that the ODAC's the SEC of D3. So I know you play with Berry. I mean, is it any comparison?
It's definitely tougher. The defensive intensity is really just a lot. Everybody's in help side. It's hard to get shots off.
Right.
That's probably why I wasn't really hitting as much.
Gotcha.
It's just something to get used to. But when you have a great team like this, that all trust each other, you can do anything. So.
Gotcha. Well, that goes out to our District 2 sports fans that listen to our podcast, because we feel like we might have been a little bit more biased this year, since we've covered the ODAC, but we wanted everybody to know what a tough league it actually was.
Chase, I got to ask, so that play, I guess y'all are down one with about 4 minutes to go, that and one you had, was that just you making a play right there, or is that just in the moment just something that happened? I mean, what was going on during that time?
Yeah, it was just a play for me to get downhill, and I was just relentless. I just wanted to get there and make the basket. I'm glad it was an and one, but if it wasn't, I was just trying to make it and get back on beat and get a stop. Just continue that process.
And then with 4 fouls down the stretch, I mean, you're still diving on the floor, still getting after it hard. I mean, did that play into your game at all? I mean, were you thinking about the amount of fouls you had, or is it just?
Oh yeah, and then when you're guarding a guy like Marcus Morgan, I think that's his name. It's really hard to kind of stay locked in and get a defensive stop against second team all ODAC. So. It was definitely something I was thinking of, but I just wanted to do anything I possibly could to get a stop and help the team win.
Well, I need your help on one thing. I was trying to write down one word to describe you in the second half. Only thing I could come up was huge, huge, huge. That's the only thing I could say. So, what does Chase Ellis mean to this ball club?
Just want to win. That's it. Anything possible, whether it's scoring, rebounding, just being a great teammate. I just want to be here for these guys. This is my last year. I'm not playing basketball after this. So I'm not only doing this for me, but I want to do it for my teammates, because I know that they put in the same amount of work and practice like I do. So it's a team effort. I guess for the one word, I'm a team player.
Gotcha. Well, we couldn't get a straight answer from Coach Palombo. We couldn't get a straight answer from Nick. So what we'll do is we'll ask you now. Are you guys in the tournament now?
hope so.
Automatic AQ now. Right?
Devin, District 2 Sports, we've been here all weekend. What are your initial thoughts on the ODAC tournament?
Nick Farrar is an absolute beast. That's what I'll say first and foremost. I mean, that guy, I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but Guilford was my pick for the ODAC conference champion, and you know, it didn't seem like it was going to be that way all year round, but you saw what they did here today, the last couple of games. Yeah, I'm just super impressed with Guilford, but overall, just the whole semifinals in general have been huge. Just a lot of talent. What we saw, Lynchburg obviously pulled an upset over Hampton-Sydney, but you just saw some quality basketball all weekend.
You're a Lynchburg grad. You saw the game last night.
Mm-hmm.
And thoughts?
I don't mean to sound too biased here by any means, but I thought that the officiating late was I just think there was too much going on there as far as the refereeing was concerned. You know, I think when you're in a situation like we were in with the semifinals and emotions are running high, they're just calls that you can't make, going back to that technical foul. But
overall thoughts on the weekend? I mean, from the food to all the administration we've met. What do you thought?
It's been great here at the Civic Center. They treated us like royalty all weekend. It's been nice to be able to talk to the players, coaches, just get to know everybody that we've already talked to over the podcast. But no, it's been a great weekend, and I'm thinking that this conference definitely should have 4 guys in, or 4 teams in. So,
all right, that wraps it up from the ODAC tournament.